So, I was asked a very unusual question very recently. I sadly couldn't answer it the best way I could have because I was so hungover. But it was such an unusual question, I felt it was important to change the shape of my talk to address it today. Adam, if you were born in a world where society didn't care about masculinity or femininity, you were seen as the human being you are regardless of your gender and sex, like cats. You see a cat and say, here is a cat, rather than here is a boy cat or a girl cat. Would you still transition to be physically a man if no one cared? Well, before I answer this question, let's talk about the elephant in the room. I'm a trans man. And these are things that are going to help me answer this question the best way I can. People often think that being born in a liberal environment where choices are many and parents encourages you to be whoever you want to be will often lead people like myself to become a transsexual because being trans is apparently cool. Well, I was born in Egypt. The only thing liberal about growing up in Egypt is I can say I grew up in Egypt. Definitely not a place with many choices. I was born and raised a woman, whether I wanted it or not. That was the fate society has chosen for me. I was fine with it, though. I didn't know any better. I just wanted to grow up and live life. I would tell you about the time I tried to pee standing up when I was 5 years old, but I don't feel so special telling this story anymore. Half of the women I told this story already said they've tried to do the same when they were young. But I did have an unusual dream when I was 9 years old. In my dream, I was playing football, and when I looked down, my body was different. I had a boy's body. I panicked and ran away from everyone, and when I was far enough from everyone to see me, I stopped and felt the greatest joy. I was so free, I could fly. That morning, I woke up and felt my first heartache. I didn't understand why I wanted to be a boy. The concept was far too complicated for me to comprehend. So I would shake those odd feelings and go out and play football in the street. No, it's not common to see little Egyptian girls playing football in the street with boys, but I was such an adorable kid, so people let me away with it. I loved playing, cycling, football, fighting. I just loved playing, except with those. Those things are terrifying. I didn't really grow out of childhood until I joined a cool group of girls in my class when I was 13 years old. It was an all-girls school, obviously. And till this day, I have no idea what they thought was cool about me. Who cares? I joined the cool group. They were so grown up. They talked about boys all the time and wore grown-up clothes. And that got me thinking, maybe that's why I'm not feeling normal. I need to grow up. So I went out and bought some feminine clothes, and there I was, looking so hot, finally fitting in, until I noticed that I was still miles away from them. They walked and talked and laughed so different. I need to do what they're doing. I'm so stiff. No wonder I'm not feeling good about myself. So they walk with their hips. Okay. Yeah, I think that was easy. Okay, that's good. Okay. They use their hand so softly when they talk. Okay, that was easy. Okay. And their laugh is so glamorous. Oh, I'm so good at this. And that's it. I mastered the art of being a teenage girl. I still wasn't enjoying any of this. None of it came natural to me. I was working so hard to do what was effortless to them. Period. Everyone told me, when period comes, you would stop being tomboyish and act and feel as a woman. I couldn't wait for this miraculous act of nature to come upon me and change my life. And just before I turned 15, I got it. A bit late, but I got it. Wow, this is so exciting. This is wait, nothing is changing. Maybe I need to wait for it to mature or something, like cheese. I don't know. Nope. I'm 16 years old now, and nothing has changed. I even tried to kiss boys to discover my femininity in them. Didn't work. It was actually kind of gross. But I couldn't tell that to anyone. They would think I was weird. And I just joined the cool squad, man. I can't risk it. And then I dreamt of kissing my best friend. No. I can't be a lesbian. My life will be destroyed. I will bring shame on my family. That's if the police doesn't prison me and torture me first. No, I can't be. I will not be a lesbian. And although I thought I was for so long, I abandoned the idea when I was 17 years old. See, I fell in love with my best friend. And whenever I dreamt of kissing her, I was a man. I didn't want to be her girlfriend. I wanted to be her guy. I hated my body so much, even though there was nothing really wrong with it. Everyone kept saying I was becoming this gorgeous woman. Shame, I never felt it. But how can I be a man when I am a woman? And this thought alone destroyed me. Alcohol and drugs became my food and water. After all, they were the only things that gave me comfort. Ironically, they kept me alive. The story gets worse. So does my pain. I thought of suicide on a daily basis. Maybe you wanted to be a boy to escape the hardship of being a woman. After all, I was born in Egypt, and it's a man's world there. Women are harassed on a daily basis, judged on their looks by the hour, and mistreated by the second. So I understand why some people would assume that, but I never dreamt about alternate realities. I grew up looking like a woman, and that was it. I just wanted to be happy any way I can. I would turn to a cat or a tree if that's what it takes to not feel like a prisoner in my own skin. Imagine you were going to a fancy night out, and you bought a new outfit for the occasion. You looked so sharp, and you went out with your pals, and you were dancing, really enjoying yourself until your clothes started to really bother you. Your top or shirt was just so clingy and itchy and just really suffocating. Your trousers were really tight. Your shoes were just horrible, killing your feet. You really tried to enjoy yourself with your pals, but you had to leave to take those clothes off to feel better because you were so much in pain. Shame you wanted to take those clothes off. They really suited you. I didn't want to lose my teenage years overdosing on drugs and depression. I didn't want to feel like breaking down when I had my first kiss. I didn't want to be harassed, have my life threatened, and leave my family behind just because I was born different. I didn't want to have to use cheap testosterone from a dodgy website just to be myself, because the consequences were fever and death, and I was sick for 4 months. I genuinely thought it was killing me, but I kept injecting anyway, because I was either die while trying to be myself or take my own life out of desperation. These were my only two choices when I was 20 years old. I must be mentally ill. Yep, you got me, you're right. Suicide attempts, hallucinations, depression, drug addiction. These are things that I lived with, but I no longer do. I am sane now because I am who I see in the mirror. I am married. I love learning, kissing, laughing. I love life. I'm happy, not mentally ill. So yeah, if there was a pill out there that could change my brain to match my female body, I would take it in a heartbeat, because I don't like hardship. No one does. But to answer this question, in a world where there is no pressure to be a girl or a boy, where first impressions are not built on what you look like, would you still do it? Yes, I would still transition to be physically a man, because I don't care about what anyone thinks. I care about how I feel. And if you were out dancing, wearing itchy, horrible clothes in a world where no one cared about what clothes you wore, you would still want to take them off to feel better. The moment transsexual people are born, they are prisoners of their own skin. If you see, hear, or come across a trans or non-binary person, please be kind. Let them be. They're not going to turn your kids trans too. It's not chickenpox. Can the soul of a man be trapped in the body of a woman and vice versa? Yes. Yes, it can. Thank you. Thank you.